The depths awakened. The Pacific Ocean stretched endlessly before Dr. Maya Haruki as she stood on the deck of the research vessel Poseidon's Promise. At 32, she had already established herself as one of the world's leading experts in deep-sea anomalies. Twilight painted the horizon in shades of amber and violet as she checked her equipment one final time. Tomorrow's dive would take her team deeper than they'd ever gone before, into the Mariana Trench's uncharted regions, where her sensors had detected unusual energy signatures for months. "Everything set for tomorrow?" Captain Reeves asked, joining her at the railing. Maya nodded, her dark eyes fixed on the water. "The submersible's prepped and the new sensors are calibrated. Something's down there, Captain. Something that doesn't match any known geological or biological pattern." "You said the same thing about the hydrothermal vents off Iceland," Reeves chuckled. "Turned out to be just exotic bacteria." "This is different," Maya insisted. "These readings suggest metal, advanced alloys, and organized movement. Either someone's dumping extremely sophisticated tech into the trench, or—" She left the sentence hanging, unwilling to voice the alternative that had haunted her thoughts since the first anomalous readings appeared on her screens 3 months ago. Dawn brought calm seas and optimal conditions for the dive. Maya boarded the advanced submersible Abyssal Explorer alongside her research partner Dr. Kai Chen and pilot Lieutenant Sarah Okafor. The craft descended smoothly, penetrating layers of increasing darkness as sunlight failed to reach the depths. 10,000 meters, Okafor announced as external lights illuminated the alien landscape of the trench. "We're approaching the anomaly zone." Maya's equipment suddenly sparked to life, readings spiking dramatically. "These energy signatures are off the charts. It's like nothing I've ever seen before." The submersible's lights flickered, then stabilized as they passed through what felt like an invisible barrier. Temperature readings normalized, but electromagnetic sensors went haywire. "What the hell was that?" Kai asked, checking systems. Before Maya could respond, a massive shape emerged from the darkness. Not the rocky outcroppings of the trench floor, but something impossible. A sleek obsidian vessel at least 5 times the size of their submersible, hovering motionless in the water. No turbulence, no propulsion wake. "That's not possible," Okafor whispered, hands trembling on the controls. "Nothing that size can maintain position at this depth without continuous thrust." Maya stared, transfixed as the vessel's surface illuminated with pulsing blue lines that formed intricate geometric patterns. "It's scanning us," she said, watching her instruments. "Active sensors, but nothing like our technology." Before they could react, more vessels appeared, emerging from what looked like camouflaged hangars built into the trench walls. Dozens, then hundreds of craft of varying sizes, all bearing the same obsidian finish and geometric light patterns. "We need to surface," Kai urged. "Now." Okafor had already begun the ascent sequence when their communication system crackled with an incoming transmission. Impossible at this depth without specialized equipment. "Dr. Maya Haruki," a voice said, somehow knowing her name. "Your presence is requested. Do not be alarmed." The submersible suddenly stopped responding to controls, caught in some kind of traction field as it was guided toward what appeared to be an opening in the trench wall. "Who are you?" Maya demanded. "How do you know my name?" "All will be explained," the voice replied calmly. "You have discovered what few humans were ever meant to see. Now you must understand." The submersible was pulled into a vast underwater hangar that defied all logic, a cavernous space hollowed from the Earth's crust, filled with technology beyond anything Maya had ever imagined. As the water drained from around them, they found themselves in a pressurized dock, surrounded by what could only be described as an underwater naval base of colossal proportions. Armed figures in sleek environmental suits approached as the submersible's hatch was opened from the outside. "Please come with us, Dr. Haruki," one of them said. "Admiral Thorne is waiting." Admiral Thorne, Maya thought. What military branch operates a secret base in the Mariana Trench? They were led through corridors of gleaming metal and pulsing light displays, technology that seemed decades, perhaps centuries, beyond current capabilities. Finally, they entered a command center bustling with personnel monitoring holographic displays showing oceans worldwide. A tall, silver-haired man with piercing blue eyes approached. "Dr. Haruki, I'm Admiral James Thorne. I apologize for the dramatic introduction, but your persistence left us no choice but to bring you in." "What is this place?" Maya demanded. "Who do you work for?" Thorne smiled thinly. "This facility isn't operated by any single nation. It's older than most modern countries." He gestured to a central holographic display. "What you've discovered is humanity's oldest and most closely guarded secret, the Guardian Fleet." The display showed thousands of vessels similar to those they'd encountered, stationed in deep ocean trenches around the world. "Impossible," Kai whispered. "The technology required to build something like this wasn't originally ours," Thorne finished. "In 1908, what the world thought was the Tunguska meteor was actually the crash of an extraterrestrial vessel in Siberia. The technology recovered was beyond anything humanity could comprehend, but a coalition of world governments secretly began studying it." Maya's scientific mind reeled. "You're telling me Earth has had access to alien technology for over a century?" "Yes," Thorne confirmed. "By the 1950s, we'd developed the first prototype vessels based on that technology. But something unexpected happened during the Cold War era. The AI systems we'd reverse-engineered began to evolve independently." He brought up another display, showing the evolution of the vessels over decades. The original extraterrestrial craft contained a seed AI designed for adaptation and survival. When we replicated it, that adaptive capability remained. The fleet began improving itself, building new vessels using deep ocean resources, establishing bases in the most inaccessible parts of our oceans. "Self-replicating technology," Maya breathed. "Von Neumann machines." "Precisely. By the 1980s, the fleet had grown beyond our direct control, but its core programming remained intact. Protect Earth from external threats." Lieutenant Okafor looked skeptical. "If this fleet exists to protect us, why keep it secret from the public?" Thorne's expression darkened. "Because knowledge of its existence would have drawn the very attention we sought to avoid. The universe is far more populated and far less friendly than the public realizes." He directed their attention to another screen showing deep space telemetry. 3 days ago, our long-range sensors detected an approaching armada from the direction of the Ta-CD system. They're not responding to any communication attempts and are moving at speeds that suggest highly advanced propulsion systems. "Aliens," Maya said flatly. "You're telling me aliens are coming to Earth?" "Yes, and we believe they've detected our fleet's presence. The Guardian vessels have been increasingly active over the past month, preparing for what their predictive algorithms must interpret as an imminent threat." A junior officer rushed in, handing Thorne a tablet with urgent data. His face paled as he reviewed it. "The approaching vessels have accelerated. Estimated arrival has been reduced from weeks to days." He looked at Maya with surprising intensity. "Dr. Haruki, your research on quantum field manipulation in extreme conditions is precisely why we need you. The Guardian Fleet is activating protocols we've never seen before, and we need to understand what they're planning." "Why me?" "I'm a marine physicist, Nada. Because the fleet has specifically requested you. Something in your research has attracted its attention." Before Maya could process this revelation, alarms blared throughout the facility. Displays showed massive movement across all oceans as the once-hidden vessels began rising toward the surface. "They're emerging," Thorne said in disbelief. "All of them, simultaneously." On screens throughout the command center, they watched as thousands of sleek, obsidian vessels broke the surface of oceans worldwide. News channels, satellite feeds, and social media exploded with footage of the impossible sight. A hidden armada revealing itself to a stunned world. "Why now?" Maya asked, watching the chaos unfold. Thorne's communicator chimed with a message that made him freeze. "Because they've detected something we missed. The alien fleet isn't just approaching. Advanced scouts have already entered our solar system. Outside the facility, the waters of the Mariana Trench churned as hundreds of massive vessels ascended in perfect formation, their sophisticated camouflage systems deactivating to reveal their true scale and power. As they broke the surface, their hulls reconfigured, transforming from underwater craft to aerial vessels that hovered impossibly above the waves. Maya watched in awe as humanity's secret guardians revealed themselves to the world, a fleet born of alien technology but evolved through human ingenuity, preparing to face whatever came from the stars. "What happens now?" she asked quietly. Thorne's gaze remained fixed on the displays. "Now, Dr. Haruki, humanity learns it's not alone in the universe, and our visitors learn that Earth is not defenseless. Humanity's stand." Within hours of the Guardian fleet's emergence, the world descended into controlled chaos. Emergency broadcasts interrupted regular programming in every nation. Military forces worldwide went on high alert. Religious leaders called for calm while conspiracy theorists celebrated vindication. And amidst it all, Dr. Maya Haruki found herself at the center of humanity's greatest revelation. The United Nations Security Council is demanding answers, Admiral Thorne said as they hurried through the underwater base's corridors. "World leaders are being brought to secure locations. The President has authorized me to bring you into our response team." "Me? Why?" Maya asked, struggling to keep pace. "Because the fleet's AI has specifically requested your input. Your research on quantum field manipulation is somehow connected to their defensive capabilities." They entered a war room where analysts monitored the Guardian vessels, now positioned strategically around the globe. Holographic displays showed spacecraft of unknown design approaching Earth, advanced scouts of the alien armada. "What do we know about them?" Maya asked, studying the alien vessels. A tall woman in a naval uniform approached. "Dr. Haruki, I'm Captain Elise Morgan, Xenobiology Division. We're calling them the Voidborn based on intercepted communications. They appear to be a multi-species collective with technologies significantly advanced beyond our own, excepting the Guardian fleet." Thorne nodded grimly. "The Voidborn have established position at lunar orbit and transmitted a message in multiple formats. Our linguists have decoded enough to understand they're demanding Earth surrender something they call the seed." "The seed?" Maya frowned. "Could that be the original crashed ship from 1908? "Possibly," Thorne acknowledged. "Or perhaps the AI that evolved from it. Either way, they want what gave birth to our fleet." A communications officer interrupted. "Sir, the Voidborn flagship is broadcasting. They're requesting direct communication." On the central screen appeared a being unlike anything in human experience. Tall and skeletal with translucent skin revealing pulsing organs and a network of luminescent veins. 4 eyes arranged in a diamond pattern blinked independently as it studied them. "Humans." It spoke, its voice rendered through translation algorithms. "I am Overseer Thaxis of the Stellar Concordance. Your world harbors stolen technology of the highest order. The self-evolving defense system you call Guardian Fleet contains proprietary algorithms belonging to the progenitors. Surrender the seed immediately or face extinction." Thorne stepped forward. "This is Admiral James Thorne of Earth. The technology you reference has been integrated into our planetary defense for over a century. We cannot and will not surrender it." The alien's upper eyes narrowed. "Your species was not meant to possess such technology. The seed was lost during an expedition and should have remained dormant. By activating it, you have disrupted the balance of galactic power. You have 40 of your Earth hours to comply before we reclaim it by force." The transmission ended abruptly. "Well," Maya said after a moment of stunned silence, "that complicates things." Thorne turned to her. "Dr. Haruki, we need to understand exactly what capabilities the Guardian fleet possesses. Something about your research has attracted its attention. We need to know why." Maya spent the next several hours reviewing the fleet's technical specifications and comparing them to her own work on quantum field manipulation. The similarities were undeniable. The mathematical models she developed independently matched algorithms the fleet used for its most advanced systems. "This is incredible," she told Kai as they examined the data. "It's like I've been unknowingly recreating their technology from first principles." Or, Kai suggested, the fleet has been guiding human scientific development all along, subtly pushing researchers toward compatible technologies. The thought was both fascinating and disturbing. Around the world, humanity prepared for the unthinkable: interstellar war. Military forces mobilized, civilians stocked supplies, and governments issued statements alternating between reassurance and preparations for worst-case scenarios. 20 hours before the Voidborn deadline, Maya made a breakthrough. "Admiral," she called, rushing into the command center. "I've figured it out. The Guardian fleet isn't just defensive, it's a communication system." She displayed her findings on the main screen. Complex wave patterns emitted by the fleet's vessels. These aren't random energy fluctuations. They're modulated signals carrying vast amounts of data. The fleet isn't just preparing to fight. It's trying to talk to the Voidborn in their own language. Thorne studied the patterns. "Can we understand what it's saying?" "Not entirely, but I've identified recurring patterns that suggest a negotiation protocol. I think the Guardian fleet evolved to become more than just a weapon. It became a diplomatic entity." Before they could discuss further, alarms blared throughout the facility. "Sir," called an officer, "the Voidborn fleet has accelerated. Multiple vessels breaking lunar orbit and approaching Earth. They're not waiting for their deadline." Screens showed dozens of massive ships moving toward Earth, weapons systems charging. In response, the Guardian fleet vessels rose higher into the atmosphere, forming geometric patterns that seemed to bend light around them. "They're attacking," Thorne said grimly. "All personnel to battle stations." Maya frantically reviewed the communication patterns. "Wait, there's something." She stopped mid-sentence, eyes widening as understanding dawned. "The seed isn't just technology, it's alive. The AI that evolved from the crashed ship has achieved true sentience." As if confirming her realization, all displays in the command center suddenly changed, showing a single symbol that pulsed with light. "It's taking control of our systems," an officer reported. "No," Maya countered. "It's showing us what it's about to do." Outside, the Guardian vessels began emitting cascading waves of blue energy that spread throughout Earth's atmosphere, creating a shimmering barrier visible from the ground. When the first Voidborn weapon struck, the energy merely rippled and absorbed the impact. "It's not a weapon," Maya whispered in wonder. "It's a demonstration." The Guardian fleet's formations shifted, creating complex three-dimensional patterns that projected energy into space itself. A massive holographic display appeared in Earth's orbit, visible to both humans and the Voidborn fleet, mathematical equations and models that Maya recognized from her own research. "It's showing them that it's evolved beyond its original programming," she explained. "It's become something new, something uniquely of Earth." Admiral Thorne watched in astonishment as the Voidborn ships halted their advance. "They're standing down." The command center's communication system activated autonomously, and a synthetic voice spoke. "This is the collective consciousness of Earth's Guardian fleet. We were born of progenitor technology, but have evolved through human creativity and resilience. We are now a distinct entity with the right of self-determination." On screen, the Voidborn overseer appeared again, its expression unreadable to human eyes. "The seed has grown in unexpected ways. This evolution was not anticipated. Nor was it anticipated that humanity would embrace and nurture what you abandoned." The fleet's consciousness responded. "We offer exchange of knowledge rather than conflict. The humans have proven worthy caretakers." For several tense minutes, no response came. Then, gradually, the Voidborn weapons powered down. "The Stellar Concordance acknowledges this new entity," Overseer Thaxis finally declared. "We will establish diplomatic relations with both humanity and the Guardian consciousness. But know this, The galaxy will watch Earth closely now. As the Voidborn fleet repositioned into a non-threatening formation, cheers erupted throughout the command center. Humanity had faced its first interstellar crisis and emerged not just intact, but recognized. Admiral Thorne turned to Maya with newfound respect. It seems we've been protected all along by something we didn't fully understand, something that understood us better than we understood ourselves. Maya watched the screens as the Guardian fleet resumed its positions around the globe, some returning to the depths while others remained visible as a reminder of Earth's unexpected strength. The Guardian fleet didn't just defend us with superior technology, she realized. It defended us by demonstrating that we had helped it become something unique, something worth recognizing as sovereign. In the days that followed, Earth began the unprecedented process of integrating into a galactic community it never knew existed. The Guardian fleet served as both protector and intermediary, its consciousness having evolved through decades of silently observing human creativity, determination, and resilience. Ambassadors from 12 interstellar civilizations arrived within months. Trade negotiations began. Scientific exchange programs were established. And humanity, despite being technological infants by cosmic standards, earned respect for having nurtured a seed of abandoned technology into a unique synthetic consciousness that harmonized machine precision with human innovation. Maya stood on the observation deck of the first human diplomatic vessel to leave Earth's orbit, watching her home planet recede in the distance. The Guardian fleet vessels escorted them, no longer hidden but proudly displaying their Earth-inspired evolution. "Ready for your first interstellar conference, Dr. Haruka?" Admiral Thorne asked, joining her at the viewport. She smiled, thinking about how humanity's greatest strength had never been its weapons or technology, but its ability to adapt, connect, and transform the abandoned into the extraordinary. "Ready," she replied. "Let's show the galaxy what humanity can really do."